Alright, so here's my Chapter 10 online assignment for my interactive notebook, Legal Perspectives on Education. And I start with the relationship between the U.S. Constitution and state responsibilities. Begin with the First Amendment, which has the Establishment Clause, and the Free Speech Clause, which is kind of applies to all the states and all the schools in the states. We got the 10th Amendment, which grants the power of providing education to the states. And then we got the 14th Amendment, which creates the Equal Protection Clause and the Equal Educational Opportunity. Followed by this is the key components for the rights and responsibilities of teachers as determined by U.S. Supreme Court decisions. On the left column I have the Supreme Court case, and the right column I have my rights and responsibilities of teachers. We got Lemon versus Kurtzman, the 3 steps to the Lemon test. There's segregation, desegregation, and integration, which were efforts made to abolish segregation and integrate by using buses to balance the number of students in terms of race. We have Plessy versus Ferguson, which creates the doctrine of separate but equal, and Brown versus Board of Education, which declares separate but equal has no place in education. And you have your Title VI and Title VII, which are part of the Civil Rights Act that creates equal opportunity by reinforcing the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. There's also Title IX, Education Amendment Acts of 1972, and Affirmative Action, which formalizes and publicizes non-discriminatory hiring procedures, and Reverse Discrimination Concerns, which is a new balance of where majority is not accorded equal rights. So now I have some summarizations and definitions of Section 504 is the Rehabilitation Act. It prohibits discrimination of federal funds for otherwise qualified individuals, which is defines handicap as physical or mental impairment, has a record of such impairment, and is regarded as having such impairment. The next is the PL 94-142, which was passed by Congress in 1975 and ensures a free appropriate public education for children between ages 3 and 21. Followed by the 2 priorities for funding, which were identified as the child who currently receives no education and the child who is not receiving all the services needed to succeed. After this, we have the IDEA, which is incepted in 1975 and intends to make free appropriate education to all students with disabilities to the age of 26. Next is the RTI, or Response to Intervention, is a systematic approach in assessing what the student already knows to determine their needs. So followed by this, I have my reflections on monitoring of email and texting. In a nutshell, it's kind of like I feel if the school provides the email, then yes, it should be monitored, and any personal matters should be taken care of on a personal email account. But texting is a little bit different because a person's cell phone is the most personal device that someone possesses. So, and also the school does not provide the cell phone. So in this case, it would be kind of like more of an invasion of privacy. The risks of social networking, I kind of feel like people don't understand the risks of social media, and it's become a big thing. It's easier and faster to spread rumors or create cyberbullying, but it's also easy to cheat. And so that leads me into cheating with technology, which has become more than just copying off of someone's test. There's entire websites dedicated to cheating nowadays, and technology's become smaller, so cheating is a way that's become easier to access, but as easy as the students access it, the teachers could also access those same resources through a simple Google search. So now you have your rights and responsibilities as citizens. You got your right to sue, due process, alien, and homeless children, report child abuse, and rights of LGBT students, and then cyberbullying on the responsibilities column. Followed by the rights and responsibilities as students, you got public education, free speech, rights of students with disabilities, and then also the responsibilities, which is dress code, grooming, sex discrimination, marriage and pregnancy, peer sexual harassment, and student and locker searches. And that concludes my Chapter 10 online assignment.